Hey guys, Mustang here bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today we are going to be taking a look at the new banner unit Mai, who is the banner unit for the Goku and Vegeta / Vegito Blue banner. I think that she actually is going to be pretty good. We will see. Just from seeing her info on paper, I thought she looked pretty good. This is actually my first time using her, because after pulling all the units yesterday, I wanted to get the main headliners awakened so I could showcase them, and then I got the medals to awaken Mai and Zamasu and started link leveling them. So obviously I do have some of her links at level 10. She is 55% currently. I do have one dupe that I can feed in, so I will talk a little bit about what you should do if you get dupes for her. We don't need to worry about her leader skill. You're not going to use her as a leader, right? She raises attack and defense for 1 turn, does supreme damage to the enemy, and seals super attack. So raise attack and defense on super obviously is very good. She gets 2 key, attack and defense 150%, additional attack and defense 50%, and reduces damage received by 20% when performing a super attack. So obviously she's not a slot 1 unit. She's made to be a floating support unit, right? She launches an additional attack that has a medium chance to become a super. So you have that 30% chance to get another super and another defense raise. Plus she gets an additional 50% defense and extra 30% damage reduction if she does a second super attack in the turn. So if she does a third one, you don't get an extra buff, but as long as you do a second one, so then that gives her the extra defense and 50% damage reduction. So pretty obviously, if you get dupes, you do want to give her some additional. Even without dupes, I've given her the additional skill orb because she does have that extra attack, which is guaranteed, that has a medium chance to become a super. So that means you get a second chance that it procs the hidden potential. So mine has 5 additional. That means that she attacks once. Hidden potential has a 10% chance to go off. Then she's going to do her second attack from her passive, and whether it is a normal or a super, it's then going to roll that 10% chance again. So hopefully she will then get a second super. Now, because it rolls it twice, I don't think you need to go full additional on her. I think if you had 2 dupes or more, I would probably go for something like 15 additional and then like 20 dodge with skill orbs, because again, she's a support unit, right? And she's STR, so she's going to get 5 crit anyway. So anyway, she also gets an additional attack and defense, 20% and chance to crit. Oh, sorry, it's super class allies, 30% attack and defense, then an additional 20% attack and defense and 10% chance to crit to future saga allies. So she's supporting all super class allies, so technically she can be good on any team that she fits on. And then she gives the additional 20% and 10% crit chance to future saga, so that's really, really good. She changes physical orbs to STR and changes tech to AGL. Super class allies key +3 when HP is 50% or less once only. So she's a good super class support unit. She's on teams like Battle of Wits, so she's on a couple of different 200% teams. She's on Power of Wishes, obviously superheroes. She's on a couple of teams. And one thing I quite like is the fact that because the Goku and Vegeta have a super class sub lead, we can run Bulma on the team, which means we can pick up links like Battlefield Diva. Obviously they are sharing actually all of her links that are active currently, because she only shares Fierce Battle with Goku and Vegeta. So we're starting off the first turn. We're 139k defense. So she's going to get 30% from her super attack. She's obviously going to get 50% when performing a super from her passive anyway. So bear in mind, she's already going to jump up to being over 200k. Then she gets her super attack effect. We're also going to get the Bulma support. So after the 1 super, she's going to be close to, if not over, 300k defense. And then of course, if we get that second super attack, not only does that then go up by even more, we get the extra damage reduction, and then she's looking at 50% damage reduction. So we'll see how we get on here. Of course, we get super attacked immediately. So look at that, the blue boy's getting the dodge though. That's what we like to see. And then yeah, let's see what Mai is giving us here. So again, like I say, she gets most of her buffs, including the damage reduction, on super. So she's never going to be a slot 1 unit. And for the sake of the showcase, like obviously I'm going to keep her on the rotation, but usually you would just be putting her as a 3rd slot floating unit. And I mentioned this during the Battlefield run that I did earlier that's now up on the channel. The Int Mai is going to be getting an EZA very soon, and they share the same name. However, they're both floating support units, so you can end up essentially running both of them on this Goku and Vegeta Future Saga team, right? So we got the additional super. That was from the one from her passive, right? So now she has 50% damage reduction, and she's taking 86k from Nova. Now, bear in mind, like, this is the Nova, like, Birth of the Shadow Dragon stage, right? The one where Sin is the last boss currently on Global. Now, this is a stage that people... The first few Shadow Dragon stages were pretty easy, and then this is the one where people really started to be like, oh, okay, this guy, like, hits you pretty hard. So, yeah, she does have type advantage, but 55%, I would say her taking, like, that little damage from his super attack is definitely very, very good. And then, of course, she could have gotten another super if we'd gotten the hidden potential. And then, yeah, we'd have done even more damage than that. So I think that's definitely looking good for her. I think for the sake of the best defense, we should float off Vegito here. So let's do that. Grab those for you, and then we can grab all of these for you. So that means Vegito gets that dodge chance in the final slot. Now, funnily enough, Mai does actually share a few links with the Piccolo, who's on a couple of her teams as well. So I think because of the fact that she does give that 30% attack and defense to all super types, like obviously she's giving the extra to future, so it really is beneficial for her to be on a future team, because future class super units are getting 50% attack and defense and 10% chance to crit. But like, if she's going to be solid enough defensively when getting that second super attack, the fact that she even is just giving 30% attack and defense, like, you would put her on some of those teams, right? Like, if you wanted to run the STR Carnival Goku, like 200% Battle of Wits team, I think Mai would be a perfect option to put on there. Any superclass team that she's on, Peppy Gals now, obviously, that team is always getting stronger, especially thanks to STR Bulma, so she'd be really good on that team as well. We need a new really good Peppy Gals leader, because it's one of those teams that people always ask to see during the challenge run streams, but like, unironically, some of the units on that team are getting really, really good now. So if we get a new Peppy Gals leader of some variety that's giving like a 200% lead to a lot of units on that team, that isn't specific to like the Universe 6 Saiyans or something, I think that could actually be really, really cool. Now, a lot of the Peppy Gals are spread out across a bunch of different categories, so I'm not sure the best way they would do that leader skill. That unit would definitely have to have at least 2 like plus 30%, right? But it'd be very interesting, right? You just make Peppy Gals one of the 170s and then take it from there. But let's go ahead and we'll use the active skill from Vegeta and Trunks here, so everyone's getting the defense buff. What does that put Mai at now? Because Mai, we floated off Bulma on the first turn, so we're not getting the residual Bulma support. So she's at 150k, she's getting 50% on super, she's getting 30% from her super attack effect. So again, as long as she supers, even just when she supers once, she's going up to having a pretty large amount of defense, over 300k. Pretty unfortunate the orbs suck on this turn. I mean, I could put them in slot 1, but I feel like they're going to get nailed by a super. Well, we'll see what happens. So we'll do this, and then grab these, I guess, for you guys. So yeah, we'll see how this plays out. As long as they don't get immediately supered, I think we'll be okay, because they can get a couple of hits in here to get a little bit of extra defense. Oh yeah, they'll be fine now. If they eat a super now after they super, they should be good. I mean, we might still take some damage, but we're not going to die, right? But yeah, see if Mai... obviously, the ideal turn for Mai is getting the triple super turn, because you're getting a 30% defense raise 3 times, and then she has 50% damage reduction. So I think she's going to be looking very good. The only thing will be, of course, on these Future Saga teams specifically, if she's being a 3rd slot floating unit, you're not going to get some of her links active very often. Obviously, you can run Bulma on this team, but you're probably running her as a floating support unit as well. So yeah, 1.9, so doing like a 2 million attack stat with no support. Obviously, nothing crazy, but she's not here to do damage, right? She could be hitting 200k attack stats, and I probably wouldn't care. Hidden potential? Didn't get the hidden potential again. That's the only problem with her being 55%, right? She's got the level 5 additional orb, but I definitely will, when I feed in the dupe that I have for her, like I said, I think for 1 dupe, you probably want to go, because obviously you want to open the bottom right, you probably want to do like 6 additional and 6 dodge, and then give her a silver dodge orb. So because I gave mine an additional orb when she was only 55%, I'll probably give her like 1 additional node, which will put her up to 8, and then like 9 dodge. So she's going to have 8 additional 9 dodge, and then the 5 crit. So if you've got 1 dupe, I feel like that's probably the way to go. If you want to give her skill orbs, obviously you could just give her dodge skill orbs as well. Because like I say, her main role is going to be being a 3rd slot floating unit. So I think you're fine to just let her you know, be focused fully on getting the additional, so she gets that extra bit of defense, and then dodge, because while she is going to be able to take some good hits, you know, always better to just take 0 damage, right? So, plus, you know, you might get those unlucky turns. We've been lucky in the showcase so far, but you can get the turns where she's going to super, do a normal from her passive, and then not get an additional from the hidden potential at all. And those are the turns where she's going to potentially look a bit sketchy, especially against some of the tougher bosses, right? Because we've got type advantage here, and the very first super we took in this video was what, like 70 odd something K? So against type neutral, that's going to be going up to, you know, over 100, and that was with the extra super. So you lose out on that, and then she starts taking what, like 150 to 200 potentially, and that's only from an enemy that's going to hit as hard as Nova does. So yeah, obviously she could be having some issues against the tougher bosses, but I feel like from what we've seen in this run so far, obviously I'm looking forward to using her once we start taking the Vegito unit into a bunch of different other events. I wanted to get this showcase out of the way for her because I wanted to get the dupe put in, and then I'll probably just use her on the teams going forward for these. Like, I'm going to do a video taking Goku and Vegeta and then Zamasu up against Sin, and yeah, I'll probably have Mai on that team, right? So I wanted to see what she looks like at 55%, but I think once you get that dupe in and you can maybe start consistently getting the third super, or at least guaranteeing that you're at least getting the second super, I think she is going to look very good against some of these bosses. And of course, if you manage to like rainbow her when she's at like max stats and got the ideal hidden potential build, I feel like she is going to be very, very good. So, and then of course, you know, as we said, she's providing 50% and 10% crit chance to future Saga characters. So like on this rotation especially, like, Vegito is just going to absolutely go ham on this turn, to the point where I'm going to do this, even though we're kind of putting we're putting Vegeta and Trunks in like a dangerous spot here, because they will have their guard, because it's still within the number of turns from the beginning of the fight, but they're going to not get the extra attack and defense for being in slot 1. But I think we're probably done, because if Vegito Blue doesn't kill Nova here, Mai might actually be able to finish him off. I've completely forgot he could dodge, but obviously Vegito's got a 100% dodge chance here. He's going to start getting off all of his super attacks. He's built for full crit because he gets so many additionals, and then Mai's giving him an extra 10% chance to crit as well. 8 million on additional 12 key supers. That is, this man is going off. Oh, he actually didn't do as much as I thought, but Mai getting the 2.2. Come on, give us the triple super turn. Just the one time for the video. Let's go. All right, we get the additional from the passive again. So, looking good. Can we get the hidden potential? I know it's only a 10% chance, but damn. Still didn't get it. But she's taking double digits from the normals. I'm pretty impressed with this Mai overall. I mean, again, this is her at 55%. And her links are... She's got a couple at 10, a couple at like 7, 8, and 9. I think, yeah, once you've got her fully maxed out, if you did manage to get some dupes for her, and bearing in mind, you know, she's going to be in the general pool for every banner going forwards, including the fact that I believe the way they do this now with the way the side banner units come back, she'll be in the general pool for the part 2 banners. So if you do end up pulling like a couple of copies of her, I think she's actually going to be really good. So I guess we'll see. But, well, we really got the... all the way to here without the getting low enough HP to get the fusion. That is unfortunate. Especially because we now have no guard for Goku and Vegeta. So this is where it starts to get a little bit scary. But I mean, we can put... I don't like using the giant form to end out these videos, because not only does it take ages, but it's one of those things. You definitely do it if you're just trying to win an event, but it kind of feels like a cheap way out, right? But I mean, Piccolo is a god without the orange form. So, I mean, we should be all good here. I think will we kill him this turn? I mean, Piccolo obviously not having a crazy amount of links active here or anything means he's not hitting too hard. And then these guys don't exactly share a ton of links with Piccolo. I mean, let's be honest, right? Everyone's not happy about how much damage these guys do in their quote-unquote base, as it is anyway, right? So, but yeah, I don't think they will finish him off here. Getting the extra super is obviously good for them, though. But I don't know. I really like this unit. I mean, they're about to die now, aren't they? Just to kind of show me up here. Yeah, 1,000,000 damage because their guard has run out. So there you go. More fuel for the fire for the people that don't like this unit, I suppose. But yeah, the transformation condition is absolutely, I think, the worst part about the unit. I don't know why they didn't just make it like turn 5. Just because, like, putting an HP restriction on transformations, I don't really mind so much if it's not super far into the fight. Like, if it's below a certain amount of HP and it's like turn 3, if you're having a really shaky start, you could then get that to kind of save you in the run. But it's like turn 5 and 70% or below. So when you've got a very solid team and you don't drop below that HP threshold and then they run out of guard, it's then you get attacks like that, unfortunately. But Mai definitely looking pretty good. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Did you manage to pull her? Did you get dupes? What build did you go with? Let me know all of that down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.